Welcome back, survivors. I'm the SurvivalVis, and we return to the Hunter, Call of the Wild, Silver Ridge Peaks. Now, as much as I've been saying I'm an archery guy and a bow nut and all this stuff, I haven't really been showing it in this game, where it's probably the most easy to do so. So that's what we're going to do this time. We're going to get rid of except for the Varant there, we're going to get rid of every firearm, and look instead at showing off more of the archery aspect to the game, because there's actually a bit of variety that's possible for it. Okay, I think that should probably fix all of us there. Okay, so we've got ourselves the Alexander longbow, the Varant. I want to get us... Okay, it's one of the compound bows. I can't remember which one. I think we'll go for... Actually, I thought I also had, Oh yeah, these are the crossbows. I want to get one of those, so let's start with one of them. The Crosspoint Arctic, the Classic, the Dark Star... I kind of like the Dark Star, or the Classic. I really like the wood coloring of the stock, like, it's just the green, I'm not sure which one I want. I don't think I like the full camo pattern. Yeah, let's go with the Classic. And then we want to get ourselves the crossbow scope, and then we do want, I think, the Pathfinder sight. Yeah, the Pathfinder sight is one I want. And we also want the Haugen crossbow scope. So, I think we'll go for the Orpheus here, or, even see if we have any more compound bows we don't actually own yet. There is the Hawk Edge, that's 48,000. That we don't have yet. Let's see, state-of-the-art, incredibly powerful compound bow, capable of sending arrows wearing high lost target, depending on arrow used, give bow unusually flat trajectories. Now penetration of barrier game like Moose Blackbird fire at close range. Drop fast. What the heck, let's pick it up. We'll try that and see. That was the Hawk Edge there. So now we just have to figure out what arrows everything will take. Snag do, snag dat, snag do, snag dat, snag do, snag dat, snag do, snag dat, snag does. Wow, we actually were able to fit everything into our backpack there. Okay, so now we just have to set it up here. Okay, we'll probably do the Hawk Edge as number 2, and the crossbow as number 4. Ammo-wise, we'll probably give the crossbow... I'm thinking 2 to 7 might be a good place for that. And as for the Hawk Edge, maybe we'll try giving it that as well. For the sighting, we basically have the Pathfinder onto the Hawk Edge, and the crossbow scope on the crossbow, and we're all kitted out. So right now, this is the Varant we're using. Oh, I don't have a scope for it? Really? Oh, that's right, it's actually supposed to be a rifle scope, so, just gotta send something else back, because our carrying capacity is going to be, well, it's 19.99, so we're just at the edge there. What could I toss back? You know what? I think the tracer arrows I'm going to get rid of, just because I don't have much use for those. Might not be bad. Okay, is that enough for... I think it's called the Hyperion. We're just kind of at the edge of what... No, wait, that's more tracers. And that's more tracers. Can we squeeze something in now? Still a little large. No, I want to keep all those. I want to keep all the arrows. I know what? I don't... No, it might not be bad. Okay, what about the first aid kits? That's quite a bit off, so maybe that'll be enough there. Because I prefer... If we can't use the scope on the rifle, I don't think we'll... Well, then again, it is just hunting turkeys, so... Okay, there we go. I think that should do it. Yeah, there we go. Oh, and I need to grab the ammo for the Varant again. So that I think was just like the... Where are you? No, not down there. Must be up here. I apologize for all the build-up. I don't mean for it to quite take this long. Okay, that should be that. And I may just pick up some more things, like ammo-wise. Like, buy some more of those. I don't want... Now, there was... I think it was the... Oh, yeah, these ones right here. We'll buy some more. Okay, so I think that's looking pretty good for all of our ammo here. Yeah, everything's looking much better. And we just have to set it up, and we're all set to go on and do a little bit of hunting. So we've got the Varant with the scope in, so if we do come across any turkeys, we can take them on okay. We've got ourselves the Hawk compound bow with the Pathfinder, so we'll put that into action today, let you guys see what that is like. That's, I think, from one of their, like, tech DLCs that they released. We got the Alexander longbow. And lastly, we have ourselves the crossbow. So, a nice range of archery weapons. You basically have only the two, a bow or a crossbow. That's archery in its nutshell. Just want to see. So we've had black bear tracks going by there. And you know what? Maybe we'll try going up on into the mountains here. See what this trail will take us towards. Might even do a little bit of night hunting because it's getting a bit darker out. Nope. Well, speaking of doing a little bit of hunting, we've got a turkey we might be able to actually snag. Actually, I want to check. Is this ammo good for... It says 1 to 2. Ooh, we could actually use... Ooh, that's actually interesting. We may use the crossbow and take a turkey with it. Now, we just gotta try to follow up where it was exactly. Because that's one of the nice things about the crossbows, or actually all the archery, is once you have the different, like, arrow types and shot types, or the grains of how heavy the arrows are, you don't need to use multiple weapons. You can just basically swap out the ammo and you can go hunting with whatever you'd like. Just need to try to find where that turkey went to. Oh, there you go. Oh, and that actually got him too. Now, I'm trying to remember what each of the levels for the crossbow scope are. I'll probably just take a quick... Uh-oh. So I'll say I'd probably just take a quick look and see what the levels are on it. But we did have a black bear call, a warning call, so it's somewhat close. Okay, so for the crossbow, it is up to 3... it doesn't really say the variations of it, unfortunately. Well, we got ourselves... Ooh, pretty nice shot for us, not really knowing where we were supposed to be aiming. So we'll definitely take that. And we'll see if we can try to find this bear and go after that using the bow and arrow, too. Because something... I know I've talked about it when I was doing Mandibles a bit, why I love archery. It's because it's really the first, like, hands-on I got to try using it. Or got to try with it. Oh. Oh yeah, talk about a buggy system. You collect all your rewards just from that one thing in there. I'm surprised they have that much trouble setting something like that up, really. But yeah, archery has been sort of my thing because of how it was my first hands-on with stuff like that. Like, I got to go sort of like a field trip. We called it electives when I was going to school, but it was like basically a field trip out to an archery club. And it was the first real hands-on you got to try with something like that. And I just really liked how it felt. Granted, I couldn't shoot worth shit. I still can't shoot with shit because I don't really have a way to practice with the bow and arrow I do have. But it's just that you got to physically do it yourself and feel everything that really stood out with it. And I think it's going to be something that the next generation and the generations going along are going to have harder and harder times with, because I don't think they'll be able to enjoy quite what the previous ones did, where they got to really experience things themselves, hands-on, in depth, and try out stuff. Like with this COVID thing, we're still not sure all of the lasting impacts to come out from it. Like, field trips I'm not even actually sure if they were still a thing or not after I've been out of school now. But, we have another turkey out here. I don't know if we'll try going for it, but we'll see if maybe we get a call. If we do, then we can always whip out the crossbow and go after that. And then we'll probably see, maybe if I can find something like a deer or that, we'll try the Pathfinder scope out. That's on the compound bow. If I did have to give, like, a favorite archery thing, like a recurve, compound bow, cross... Oh, that's a big horn. That's actually exactly what I'm hoping to find. The only issue is we don't have a way of calling it down to us, so... What is our 2 to 7? Because I'm pretty sure that's what it'll classify as. That is going to be... Actually, we might even be able to use the hawk edge on it. Yeah, I want to see if we can try to find where he was, because the bighorn sheep is sort of like the... It is our trophy animal for this reserve. Like, each reserve, maybe there's a certain animal that you really want to try getting a hunt in and see it in person. Well, not in person, but, like, firsthand in the game yourself. Okay, I mean, there's a turkey called there, so I'm kind of torn. On the one hand... Oh! Up there. So he's not too far off, actually. I don't have a good way of luring him in. But he is alerted, so we... Oh, no, it's calm. But I don't think we'll be able to get a good shot from here. That's pretty far off to try. Yeah, so he's alert, so we don't want to do too much. Yeah, so maybe we're going to try easing and crawling. This is where the stalking aspect of the game comes in, which is more to my styling, actually, where as much as I like getting close up and calling them in, I'm not the most patient of a person if you guys have watched me for long enough, so... I do sometimes want to get myself in a bit dirty and go right into the thick of it. Now, it looks like he has a okay. He's actually got a really interesting set of horns on him. You can see one is spiraling a bit more than the other, so that'd be cool to be able to get up close, get the nice vital shot off on him, and we can actually inspect it in the menu a bit, be able to show that off. It's just gotta... Yeah, just staying nice and calm. How far out are you, pal? Okay, you're actually getting within range of where I'd like to use this for. I'm just trying to remember what the keys are, because you have an input that you have to press in order to basically, like, tell this... Okay, you can actually see. I'll hold it there for a moment. You can see there's the red dot and there's a green one below it. The green one is where your aiming reticle will actually be in reference to where your, like, distance finding is there. And just like that. It does feel a little cheap, in my opinion, to use this kind of bow. But on the same hand, that is also very cool to feel like that kind of precision right in your hands in a hunting game like this. So I don't really use this bow too often. It's just that I want to show off, and all you basically have to do is spot the animal, and E will let you know where it is. And there's more! Oh, this is the gift that's given. Okay, this time though, I'm going to change out for the 540 on our longbow. And I want to try that on one of these guys as well. So I don't want to go too quick because we have that other one just a little ways off. I don't think any of our lures will work on... Yeah, nothing we have is really going to work on calling in bighorn sheep. So unfortunately, we are stuck to stalking. But that is part of the archery experience for the most part. Yeah, let's get up and look at our first guy, because he is an interesting one. Yeah, as you can see, his right horn is just kind of your smooth, typical what you'd expect, but the left one has really curled in on itself. And I'm kind of surprised at the penetration we got for that. Didn't quite get the heart, but still a very nice looking first bighorn. And this is, I don't know if they actually have, they do have true score. Okay, so how, you actually do have like a point system in real life for measuring like trophy animals like this, or like bighorn sheep, white-tailed deer, mule deer, and there's a lot of other things, like the horn length, the circumference, all these add up to a base system and kind of give you a full score on what you're going after, so you can sort of use that a little bit to help you judge how good of an animal you found or you got. But now we want to try to see... Is that the moon? Oh, wow! That is the moon. You can really see it out there. Okay, so that is one, though. There was another call that came from not too far away. I'd like to try tracking down and see if our traditionalist skills will really help us. Well, I say help us, but actually just kind of test ourselves if we have any skills like that or not. Okay, so I am going to just do a little bit of a fast walk. Just because it kind of helps in two ways. The first is it gets us covering a little bit more ground, so we might actually see ourselves where the animal is. But the second part is that it might actually warrant a warning call, which will very, very much so help in narrowing down where the animal we're after is. My advice would never really to be like on foot or sprint unless you're trying to get to a certain destination or running away from something. Just because you are going to scare and alert a lot of animals around you to your presence. You generally don't be a successful hunter if you're loud. So that's why I just want to try to go like this. I'm crouched down, we're not really walking, we're just kind of slowly trotting along. But we're kind of hunkered down so we're not easily visible.
There's nothing quite like bighorn sheep hunting. They have incredible eyesight, can detect movement over great distances, and are equally comfortable in alpine meadows and mountain slopes. So it's always difficult, but those horns are worth it. My advice is to stay well back and catch them unaware on lower ground before they have a chance to disappear up the tree line.
Okay, well, thank you for that, but we are kind of in the middle of a hunt right now. That's the only issue about some of the... like, the intro into the reserve a bit. It'd be nicer if there was, like, a little bit of tutorial mission instead of saying, like, go here, go here, go here, that fills you in on each animal the reserve has to offer, so then that way you can kind of build out what you want to take with you on hunts. So this was an elk need zone. I don't think there's anything around here, though. Haven't really heard much... Oh, never mind. Across the water, we got another elk super herd. Yeah, I don't see anything like a male among them, though. It's basically just like an entire grouping of females. Oh, a few turkeys, actually. Oh, that's our bighorn over there. Okay, so I think he's somewhere in that grouping of trees. Now, this is going to be a bit difficult because, again, we don't have a way of being able to draw him out, so we gotta go and stalk towards him. I'm thinking we should be good if we stick mostly by the lake. We don't want to be right into the water. I don't want to, like, be too fast on this. If we can actually spot him wherever he is over there, we can kind of pick up what behavior he's at and whether he's alert, he's calm, and that'll kind of help us judge how quickly we can close in on him. Is there anything directly across from us? No, okay, just boulders on the other shore. Like, one of the big things I'd say is if you are looking for animals, definitely look at going towards some of these, like, little lakes and ponds or that, because everything needs some water to live. That is... I mean, even in the Isle is a good example, where if you're a predator, you might want to hang around watering holes because you never know what you may find. Granted, it could be a larger predator coming for a drink, or it could be some food for you. Like prey, who knows what. That's why even in the Hunter, or real life, water sources will typically have quite a bit of life around them. So make sure to use them to your advantage if you are in unfamiliar terrain or that. And if you do need something, like if you're a hunter, they make for a good area to scout out and think about setting up for going after a few animals on. Call of the Wild is an exceptional one to that, because even if they aren't there when you are, you may be able to find out when they will be around there again. So you could, say, scout out the area during the morning. You know they'll be there at night, so then you can come back later and see how if they are there or not. But we are closing in because we... Nope. Okay, I see, we got the tracks there. I don't think it's kind of left here, though. I don't think anything's really been able to startle it out of where it might be around here. The same token, though, I thought we would have seen it by now. Or some sign of it. I just want to make sure that, yeah, the longbow is equipped and ready with the right arrows. So we've got these, yeah, these are most likely his tracks. They look actually pretty unique, too. Actually, I don't think those droppings were there before. He might literally be right beside us. I was saying that I don't think he left, and I think that's very, very true. Okay, well, we know he's gone up at least, so... Maybe it's... Yeah, one of the things about night hunting is you'll only see tracks if your light illuminates them, so that makes it a little more narrow and sometimes more difficult trying to track things down. Yeah, I didn't really hear any movement down there, so we'll have to kinda scoot along and see if we can catch up. I gotta get used to the camera is basically like from nipple height up is where you'll see me. I mean, I could always try tilting that down more. I may do that. It all depends on how much I want to cut out of the camera footage. Because you might only see, something like this in a way, or like this, as weird as it is trying to do it like this. Whereas the camera actually captures the full arm spread I have there. It's just because I don't like taking my face up too much of a screen. Because sometimes there's vital information that gets kind of lost behind a bit if you do that. It can be annoying when the person doing the videos talks about something you can't see, and you can't see it because they deliberately have their face there. So that's why I usually try to keep a face plunked in a certain spot when it's each series or each video, so that way it doesn't... I don't give a crap about all the elks over there. Let them have their girls' night. We're not going to interrupt it. We're trying to find this sheep. Where did he go? See if we can maybe get him, then we'll end this episode off. Just because, again, I'm not typically a night hunter. It feels both really restrictive in how you can, really see and what's going on. And also, it's just kind of a bit hard to hunt as well, since your light is where tracks only show up from there. Okay, so he's in a trot, so we might actually need to be walking. And Hang on, No. Okay. So it is in a run, so it might have seen us? This might actually be a very good scoring bighorn if it's... like, it saw us coming up. Because usually the more skittish animals are the higher scoring. Now, unfortunately, I am hunting it at the wrong time of day for this, because if this is a higher scoring animal, they will test your skills very well. You almost do need to be hunting it in, like, with a rifle or long range for some of the higher animals. Because they might not respond to calls, to scent lures. You almost have to sort of plan out where you think it may be and try to either parallel its trail or get ahead of where it's going and be prepared to ambush it. Like, that's why the diamond antelope we got on the... not the first episode, but not too long ago, was such a big point for us, because diamond animals really will test you and your abilities in this game. It's not quite like how carnivores can be, where the animals are... like, their weight will kind of define how... well, I shouldn't even say, like, the weight for the trophy, because... there's a lot more depth into each, like, individual animal in Call of the Wild. There's all kinds of different rack shapes, weights, even fur colors and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know when we'll be able to see him, because... I don't want to rush towards him, but a trot basically means, like, a fast walk, and it really is a fast walk. They will get away from you. Unless... okay, there we go. We start to slow down. And I don't believe the light will affect the animals for, like, detecting you. I think that's only on you to help you with night hunting. I don't think they pick up, like... I don't think they'll pick anything of that up. Maybe if you are walking, they may pick that up, but I'm not entirely sure. It's just that night hunting... only... okay, that was just very fresh, though, so that means that it's... could be a bit away... oh, yeah. Okay, so maybe it's a bit further away than I was thinking it might be. Because if the trail's already up into those trees there... and I haven't heard another warning call, so... this is where I really wish that there were some calls to help you bring animals in, like bighorns or... and sometimes it's not even a call like the actual animal making a sound. Sometimes there are actually, like, antler rattlers, where it's just you rattling a pair of fake antlers, or sometimes even real antlers together in order to make it sound like there are males fighting over something. And that, basically, like real life, draws people in, or draws things in, like, what's all the noise about? Sort of think it like if there's some police cars on the block near you. You kind of want to be interested, why are they here? What's going on? In form like that. So that's how that sort of works. But I don't think the game's really actually incorporated that. Ah, it's trotting again. See this? I don't really know where he's heading off to, so I do think he is going to be... he's definitely our last hunt, or the last animal we'll bag today. Or try to bag, because I don't know how far he might get away on us. Problem is, if we stand and try to follow, he might be more inclined to want to go running off. But we can at least make a little bit of ground here, because it looks like he started cutting up this way. But this is one aspect that it'd be nice if carnivores or... I honestly think that Avalanche Studios and the team behind Call of the Wild, I'm actually not sure what the main development studio is for the Hunter. If they tackled Primal again, but made it a proper hunting game like Call of the Wild and Classic, they would probably get the entire carnivores community interested in it, because it is a more modern and put together hunting experience. The reason why I think Primal didn't do all that good... Oh, this is a feed zone? No, it's not. What is... Oh, no. Is he running now? Oh, crap. Did we scare him off? We might have accidentally startled him. Yeah, I don't think he was... This is a knee zone. I don't even know why that came up. It's saying it was. Yeah, shoot. Okay, we'll have to see. No, it's still just a trot, so... This is why night hunting can be such a pain, is because you don't get a lot of good line of sight and even hearing. The animals, however, get all kinds. So it really does feel like you are in an uphill battle against them. As much as you may have rifles that can get you 150 meters for a shot, if you can't even see the animal, you're not going to get the shot. And that's where I think a lot of misinformation comes for people who are like against hunting in a way. A true hunter does not go after an animal to make it suffer. And it is much more than, I got rifle, I walk into the woods, bam, I got deer. No, you should actually see the preparation that can go into even a simple hunt. There's a lot of stuff that goes into it that makes it so much more involved than a lot of people think it is. And I actually have a respect for, like, true proper hunters, because it is a lot of tests of patience, endurance to actually be able to hunt in some terrain like they do, and for knowledge and understanding of the animals and, like, the environments around them, to understand, like, okay, I want to watch from this area here because they might be feeding here, and I can see these trails here, but this trail is actually a growing in trail, so nothing's using it, or... Oh, my bad, smacked the mic. That might pick up on the audio, apologize for that. But it's that kind of further in depth that you don't really take into consideration sometimes unless you really look into the subject matter at hand. Where is this thing going? Like, it almost looks like he's doubled back on us. Okay, how... Oh, man, he's... It just wants to be in an area where there's not a really nice line of sight, too. Oh, you can see the moon poking up through the trees there, though. But yeah, even with the game on medium settings, Call of the Wild and even the Hunter Classic for its time had some amazing graphics for what they are. Yeah, the big thing I'm getting here is that we don't have a warning call going out. So I do think he is a higher scoring animal. It's just getting so hard to kind of figure out where we want to be to try to spot him. It's once we spot him, I think we really do have him. Because I may even just use the... Well, again, this is another reason why that range finding site is very helpful. Because you may only get the one opportunity at a shot after all this time after going after them. So it might not hurt in order to make sure you are definitely, or as close as definitely, going to be able to... see, now the wind's against us a bit. See, I shouldn't have gone up. You can see with the compass in the bottom right there, the wind is not our friend right now. We definitely positioned wrong for this area. And I think it knows that. Because it's... Oh, well, the wind is turning a little bit, so we may be a little more okay, but... I think it kind of knew to line itself up with how the wind was blowing. I'm just going to give it a little bit longer and just kind of see where it might have gone. Yeah, it has led us really far along here now. And the biggest challenge, too, is when I try to use the rangefinder to get a distance view, I lose all light. So it is possibly just in a walk right now. So is this going to be a very fresh or just now? Old. Oh, see, now that makes me wonder, are we on its old trail? See, I don't know where he has gone. It's definitely pretty far out. Okay, mating call, just in a walk now. Oh, well, actually, you can see the light from where the outpost is through there, too. Trot. God, I wish you would give us a warning call. That way we'd at least get some idea of how far off it may be, but... I may even very well be following an old trail of it. And we're way behind them. This is where I really, really wish I had a way to call and bring it into us. Like, what's this? Yeah, this is still old. And surprisingly, it's actually brought us right beside the quest marker. I mean, I think it might very well have gone away on us, and we're following an older trail that it just kind of intersected with. Oh yeah, I think that might be the case, because it's already down there. I can see all the elk over there, no problem, but there's no sign of that sheep or the ram, so I guess we'll take a look at this, see whatever it's about, and wherever it may send us next.
Okay, first things first. Let's make sure that the mine itself is still secure.
But yeah, that's one thing, is that it's so easy to suddenly, like, get trails swapped or mixed on us. Like, there's a little gap in between here, so maybe it went off somewhere else, and this is the old trail. It's... Oh. What's this?
A trail camera? I've used these for work and for hunting before. This one shouldn't be here, though. We don't want hunters so close to the mine. Grab the camera.
Already done that.
This looks intact, at least. That's gotta be a good sign.
Oh, well, we got another one.
Another trail camera. Bobby Joe doesn't have a permit to hunt here. Is he poaching?
Well, I don't know. I guess that's supposed to be sealed up as it is, but I don't see anything else around here, so... No, there's supposed to be a sign we're supposed to...
I don't really understand
Nope.
what's going on with the cameras, but at least the entrance is secure. Let's go find his camp, shall we?
Okay, this isn't too far off, so I guess...
Call this one in. He doesn't know who Bobby Joe is, but I knew who it was as soon as Remy described him.
We're going to run just to speed this up, so... Here I was really hopeful we could have gotten another bighorn and a little bit more archery hunting, but that's the biggest flaw of trying to hunt using bow and arrow, is unless you have a way of like calling them in or bringing the animals into you, it takes a while before you can set yourself up into that right sort of, well, basically set up taking a shot to try on them. You sometimes get lucky, like we sometimes have, where they'll wander right into your way. Other times, not as much. We'll just head down here and then see, but I just want to take a look, because it looked like the map, yeah, it literally tells you every single thing that you can do. Or that's going to be part of the quest as soon as you're starting to meet objectives, which is pretty weird. Again, they put these DLCs out, but there's not a lot of refinement back on fixing issues that are there for them. Oh, hello. We'll at least get a nice little turkey if we can. I mean, at least it's something after all of the journey that kind of took us around, and we are... Oh, well, there's the elk soul going. Yeah, nothing really worth it in... Oh, hang on. Okay, there's the camp there, but I thought I saw something else moving that wasn't quite with the elk.
That looks like his camp. Any sign of him?
Give us a moment there, Chief. We're just picking up our turkey. Looking pretty emptied out. Yeah, he's got something on the mattress, I guess? I won't even let me interact with it. Really? Again, they push out a lot of content, but they don't always make sure it's working properly. Like, I think I'm supposed to be able to, like, interact with this and pick it up just to kind of say, but... Oh, there we go.
Cartridges. That's not good news.
Okay, we got that.
Binoculars. Maybe he was hunting.
Okay, so what? I guess now we can interact with this thing?
That's our sign. Pick it up, would you?
What?
Secret uranium mining. Government conspiracy? I'll be honest. I never credited Bobby Joe with this much imagination in high school. Replant the sign, and we're done here for now. A journal? Maybe this'll show us why he's out here. You know what makes this extra weird? He actually has done some detective work. Enough to convince himself to camp here.
Okay. Yeah, there are some fairly weird things. Like, they'll try to take you into interesting stories, at least. Like, Yukon Valley had a nice Bigfoot sort of plot to it, but it doesn't super line up as much with actually, like, hunting at times. Oh, what's that? Nah, let them make all the noise. Again, we're just going to wrap this up. We got a little bit of archery hunting in. We got to show off the compound bow with the Pathfinder scope on it. If you do want to do archery hunting, but you need a little bit of extra help with the sighting and that, I would recommend it, because it does really make it a lot easier. We got to take down a turkey with a crossbow, which was nice. And I think that was really it. We also did, like, pop the turkey back there with the rifle, but that's not exactly the aim of the hunt this week. I mean, it's a few small things that, over time, all add up to something, so at least we got to go off and do a bit of hunting, and we have this little bit going on, but... Yeah, it does sound like they recorded some activity around here. The only thing is, though, like, you'd expect people to be able to see the trail cameras. Like, what good would it do to set them up in, like, easy-to-spot areas like that, too? I didn't even realize there's another one here.
Hopefully that's the last one. Pick them up and I'll put them in our lost and found when I can take them from you. Hopefully that's the last one. Pick them up and I'll put them in our lost and found when I can take them from you.
Okay, yeah, a few bugs there, but at least we can...
The sign's back up? Great. This mine has never been a problem before, but let's not take any chances.
What?
Me and my dad have been
What?
dealing with Bobby Joe for years, but this is new. I know he's a nuisance, but I always felt sorry for him. He had a pretty tough upbringing. I don't want to call the police, but I have to. He's armed and known for making poor choices.
There's no sign, though. Like... There's no sign that went up. There was nothing else. What the heck? And, oh, another neat little thing is... Sometimes you can see it, but... You'll actually leave, like, trails behind in taller grass when you walk through.
Questionable calls today. Sometimes folks from the city will drive out here to get away.
Like, if you look behind us, there's, like, the trail made down. We'll look forward, there's nothing. We'll walk through it. And you have the trail left behind you. That, I think, is a really neat feature, but...
Not that there's anything wrong with that, of course.
Can you kind of do your voice thing so that way we can end this?
Hospital today. I think that someone has made a mess and could use some help. I was going to check in on them myself, but I need to coordinate with the police on this Bobby Joe thing. And you're already really close by. Can you head over to the campgrounds nearby and check in on them? The phone calls were sporadic at best. As far as I can tell, this professional yoga and meditation expert has led a group of accountants from Denver into the wilderness on some sort of spiritual retreat. She took their cell phones away from them and had them eating wild flowers and berries. Some of them got sick and have gone directly to the hospital. I know that we're not the reason why this happened, but it could look very bad for us if anyone gets seriously hurt. I'd appreciate if you'd hustle and check it out.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if there were people stupid enough to do that, especially these experts in spiritualness. Those don't always lead to right ideas. But instead of checking it out, we are going to end the episode off here. Thank you guys very much for joining me. This was a bit of a longer one. Didn't intend that way, but hunting will sometimes take you out for longer than expected. If you do like the series of the videos I do, be sure to leave a like and comment right down below. I always try to respond to you guys as soon as I can with any feedback you leave. Oh, apologize there. But until I see you all next episode, those survivors, please remember to take care and stay alive.